Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go, boys! 3 wide going sideways, pushing to the red. Spun out 50 times, ain't dead yet. Trading paint, hitting marbles loose. You don't like my driving, then turn it loose. Rubbing sun is racing, that ain't just talk. Bug-eyed dummy tried to push me off the track. Foot on the gas, balls on the dash. Young guns coming, better move your ass. Crank it up, let the speakers crack. I ain't lifting till I see God or a checkered flag. Track's drier than a popcorn fart, but I'm welded to the floor, baby, right from the start. They call me Lucky Dog, 1 lap down. Watch me take the lead next time around. You wanna cause a big one, get out my way. This rig bucket of no, never mind what I say. Foot on the gas, balls on the dash. Young guns coming, better move your ass. Crank it up, let the speakers crack. I ain't lifting till I see God or a checkered flag. Yeah. I'm just gonna put my foot on the floor. And I'm not lifting till I see God or a flag. Foot on the gas, balls on the dash. Young guns rolling, balls on the dash. Crank it up, balls on the dash. See God, balls on the flash. Boogity, boogity. That's checkered, boys.
Tim Masker has to defend this contact very nearly. Just to the outside line, he breaks so much later. Masker can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around, we're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be Williams is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Trish on the bottom. Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and
my
to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Sunoco Racing League for another great day for racing. We are at Lanier National Speedway here this afternoon, trying to get these guys in the field right now. See if we can't go ahead and get your starting grid up for the Lanier SummerSlam 125. And here is your grid for the night. Jerry Powers with an awesome run there in qualifying for Rush Motorsports with a 13.8. What a lap. And Jonathan Smith rounds out P2. Everett Larson in P3. Ty Robertson rounds out P4. Jack Garrity, Brady Zoller starting out in row 3. Terry Hughes Jr. and Rob Lodwood rounding out your 4th row. Casey Ellis and Chris Knighty rounding out row 5. Gage Hunt, Thomas McLaughlin rounding out P11 and P12. See if we can't go ahead and get through the rest of the field here. Hunter Foley rounds out P13. Chandler Broxham P14. Wesley Worrell out here sounding like a superhero. And P15. Trent Hughes P16. Nicholas Griffey P17. Timothy McMunn out here in P18. And Tony Swain rounding out P19. We have a bunch of new names here tonight. Hopefully everybody can get through this race relatively clean. We haven't been to a short track in the league yet, so this is gonna show how we're gonna do in a couple weeks from now at Bristol. Hopefully it's relatively clean and fast. Tonight these guys had to choose on 3 sets of tires in the pits, 1 fast repair, and if I'm not mistaken, these guys have roughly 40 to 50 laps of fuel. We'll see how that rounds out for us. Okay, go ahead and get our guys up and rolling here. You can hear them cars starting up in the background. Here they are. Just waiting on the field to go ahead and fill out here. And there's the man, Jerry Powers, sitting on pole once again. We're just waiting on, it looks like Jonathan Smith to join us here. Might be having some internet issues. So we go ahead and look at our weather here for the night. About a 4 miles an hour wind, 47% humidity, and 85 degrees. That means the track's probably around 90 or so right now, but we're going to be going into nighttime here, so it's going to get relatively cold pretty quick. As you see, we already have some good rubber laid down from practice. And there's Jonathan Smith, so these boys are going to get rolling here pretty quick. So tonight, this track is only a 4/10 of a mile. It's all about rhythm and patience and maintaining your track position here, because it's going to be hard to pass these guys, especially with how fast they are. Drivers are constantly going to deal with slower traffic, tire management, and the restarts are going to get chaotic quickly with guys trying to get as many positions as quickly as possible. With 125 laps on tap tonight, strategy is going to play a major role. Drivers got to decide when to push, when to conserve, because one mistake at this tight oval can cost you several positions in a hurry. As we're getting ready to go green here, Jerry Powers on point here tonight, going into the restart zone. We're green here at Lanier Speedway. Everybody's kind of really single filing out here. Kind of early. You got a battle back here. Not too sure who it's with. We're on board with Greatly Zalo looking out the passing him as the caution flag. Yes, the caution flag waves here. See if we can go back and see what happened. I'm not too sure what we had happen there. Relatively early to have a caution flag, I think. We don't really see anything. Jump a little too far forward there. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with our stuff here. We were not that far ahead, I know that for sure. Still trying to find that first caution for us. That was everybody coming back green. Not too sure where that first caution was, but it was out. There it is back there in the 13 of Wesley Worrell. Looked like he might have got a little loose going into the corner there. Yeah, he just oversends it, gets loose, spins her right on out, and he locks her down to keep her in that pit road wall. Jump back up here to our leaders. Jerry Powers still on point. Everett Larson makes up one spot there on Jonathan Smith. everybody else looks like they are about where they started here tonight. So we get going through here. Everett Larson in his first race here tonight as they go ahead and start choosing. Everett Larson, his first race here in the Stacking Pennies Podcast Chevrolet. Everett is a great short track racer. Hopefully we get to see a lot more out of him here in the Sunoco Racing League. Jack Garrity going to take point on the outside as everyone elects to choose the inside there on the restart. So lights are off and we're getting ready to go back racing here. In the restart zone, green flag wave once again, and you see that 46 take off. But he's got that 0-1 of Everett Larson right behind him. Guys come screaming across your screen there. Little door bang there from the 35 to the 42 of Rob Ludwig. Little bang there from the 35. Whoa, everyone goes around here. What a stack up out of 4. As you saw exactly what happened. The 42 gets right into the back end of the 35 after that little door bang there. Collects Chris Knighty. Your caution flag is finally out as the leaders start catching everybody. And everyone starts checking up. As you see. Who was that up there at the top? Looks like Trent Hughes, yes. Trent Hughes was stuck up on top of the track there. Getting spun around a little later than everybody else. He will unfortunately go a lap down here pretty early, along with Chris Knighty, Timothy McMahon, and Rob Ludwig after that wreck. You see the 6 of Hunter Foley might have some front end damage here. Yes, as you see it, that splitter is bent up on the front of that 6 car. So we jump back up here to the front. You still have Jerry Powers on point. Everett Larson, Bradley Zodler, however you say his last name, Jonathan Smith, Jack Garrity, and Terry Hughes Jr. running at your 3rd row. We're getting ready to go back green here on lap 16 with, I believe that was our 2nd caution. As we are back green here, Everett sticks it to the outside of the 46. Everett grabbed a wall a little bit there. Little bumper to the 46. He gets to the inside. As now Everett Larson is on point. As the 46 gives him a nice shove there as well. He said, "You're going to do it to me, I'm going to do it back to you." But Everett keeps it down on the bottom. Doesn't move him up the track at all. You jump. As the caution flag waves once again here. The 13 of Wesley Worrell. Trying to bring it back around with some heavy damage and almost Hunter Foley there. He's going to go ahead and tow it back to pit lane. See if we can't watch what happened. Start bringing it back around. Just a little blinking from the 24 there. Ooh, and a big shot from Hunter Foley sends him right around. Man. And then Brady looks like he went around there on that caution as well. Oh no. What just happened? This is the caution, as we were just having straight up technical difficulties this afternoon. There we go right there. As the leaders get tagged in as he's trying to spin it back around. Super big nose damage there to Hunter Foley. Not what he wanted to see here tonight. We jump back up here to the front. Brady Zodler has made it up into P2 as you see Jerry Powers bring it down. The only car to bring it down with some heavy front end damage there as he got into Wesley Worrell as he was trying to spin her around. I know that 46 is not happy right now with the 13. As Chris Knight's going to go ahead and get one of his laps back here. As this is now going to put him on the lead lap. Or back on the lead lap after that wreck. As we are at the choose. Everett's going to take the bottom. Brady Zotter is going to take the top in the front row. Jonathan Smith's going to take the top in the second row. Jack Garrity's going to take the bottom. You see Ty Robertson and Terry Hughes Jr. rounding out your third row. As Everett Larson brings it into the restart zone. Dives it off. Taking off. Just absolutely a great restart for that 0-1. Brady's going to go ahead and just drop on in back here into P2. Brady Zodler going to take his talents over here to 811 Racing for a part-time season. As we saw just before the race, they signed him and brought him out here in a backup car. Just painted it really quick as Brady Zodler goes around. As you watched him just get loose coming out of 4 and spins it right across the racetrack, keeps it out of the wall and clean. Gave him the announcer's curse there. So you see Ty Robertson's made up a couple spots here. He's up to 4th again as he gets around Terry Hughes Jr. As there's a lot of smoke from that spin out from Brady. As we wait for this field to bunch back up once again. These guys really can't settle into a rhythm with all these cautions. And this track being a rhythm track, that's gonna... The rhythm right now is cautions and cautions and more cautions. So it's going to be hard for these guys to actually get into a rhythm of green flag running here. We just got to get something rolling. these guys, even with damage, want to try to stay out and keep as much track position as possible. As I noticed here early, we started seeing that outside line try to roll it in. As we're going to get ready to go green here once again with Everett Larson on point. And he's off. As you see Jack Garrity really squeeze it underneath the 10. Like I was saying, that outside line's really starting to roll here as you see the 10 of Jonathan Smith just get back on it and get around the 40 of Jack Garrity. As you see Ty Robertson gonna try it as well. As once again the caution flag waves. See if we can't roll this thing back and see what just happened. Not too sure who it was. There it is, Hunter Foley. Off the nose of the 46. Actually got a little loose, and then a love tap from the 46 of Jerry Powers puts him around and into that inside wall. There's no safer barrier on the inside wall, so that's gonna hurt a little bit. He starts bringing it back around. Hunter trying to stay out and get what he can done as the 46 brings it back down to get some more damage fixed. Everett Larson still on point here. Let's see if we can get these guys rolling. Choose here. Looks like the 811 cars are going to stack it out on the top side instead of getting to the front. Once again, as we're going to go green. Everett Larson bringing them into the restart zone. Everett Larson off again with another great restart. Guys are really just trying to get rolling back here in the pack. Did you see that outside line really starting to work there? As the 9 of Ty Robertson gets around Jack Garrity, Terry Hughes Jr. trying to get around Jack Garrity as well. Everett Larson getting chased down by Jonathan Smith right now. Terry Hughes Jr. makes that top side work around Jack Garrity. Now he's got to go chase down the top 3. As you see 2 go around there on the inside. That's going to bring your caution flag out yet again. Like I said, once you can't get these guys rolling, see if we can't back it up and see what happened as Thomas McLaughlin sends it right into your living room here. And then the 87 of Trent Hughes. See Thomas just working that outside line like everybody else. Gets a little loose. Sends it right across. And then you see Trent Hughes do the same thing. That's two of the 811 cars back here in the back of the field. Looks like Trent Hughes just not having a good day today. He's already a couple of laps down. As the 56 of McMahon should be getting his lap back here. And which the 56 of 56 Timothy McMahon is another new driver here into the Sunoco Racing League, just joining a couple days ago in the Outlaw Motorsports 56 along with his teammates. Chandler Broxham in the 72. Casey Ellis in the 35. And Wesley Worrell in the 13. This right here is already not the 9 that they wanted. But it's unfortunately what they have been dealt. Guys are getting ready to go here again. Terry Hughes Jr. shoots the inside line there over the outside as you saw it working earlier. As we are back green here with Everett Larson leading them off. Terry Hughes Jr. kind of drove that a little deep in there and he gets to the back of the 10. We're really going to start seeing here. So right out the back of Terry Hughes Jr. trying to keep that 9 at bay on that outside line that we've seen work so well as they door bang out of 4. As Terry Hughes Jr. just concedes the spot to the 9. As you see Jerry Powers made his way back up here to the front. Rob Ludwig kind of taps the wall there, out of 2. These guys really starting to put together a run here. As you see the 10 of Jonathan Smith trying to take the lead away from Everett Larson. Everett Larson a little loose out of 4 there, keeping it on the bottom, keeping it straight out. Let's Jonathan Smith get a nose back in there. He kind of drove it a little deep in there, missed the bottom. As you right at the back of this number 10, as the caution flag flies yet again. See if we can't see what happened here. Not too sure what had taken place. As the 72 just parked in the middle of the track, it looks like he might have had some help up there on that outside lane. See if we can't watch it here. That is not the 72 car of Chandler Broxham. Here we go. He's fighting with Bradley Zodler here. As they come across start finish line. Looks like, I'm not too sure what happened there. Let's see if we can't put that in reverse. reverse a little bit here. See if we can't go to the chopper cam and see what happened a little bit better. As they come out. It's like Brady just anticipates the 72 going into the corner a little bit sooner as he tries to make the corner as well, and it just does not happen. As he just spins the 72 of Chandler Broxham right around, and you see there Tony Swan almost getting in front, the front end of that 72, but misses it thankfully, and keeps this from being a bigger wreck than it should have been. As you see everybody bringing it down pit road and leaving out right now as it leaves the 46 of Jerry Powers back on point here tonight. Gage Hunt, you don't get to talk about him very much down here on the inside. Well, we ain't made the choose yet, but up here in the second place position for that 811 team as they are toting the stream on that deck lid here tonight. Hopefully everything gets settled out here. We can see who's actually where. It actually doesn't look like it's going to get settled out here as we might go green here. We're going to go green here. These guys need to go ahead and get this settled out pretty quick. As everyone looks at the front, is just going to take the bottom. As Jerry Powers is off to a great lead already. So we have our little battle back here in the back. As the caution flag is out yet again. Didn't even get in there very far. See if we can't see what happened here. So we just get going green. Everything's bottled up everywhere. No one knowing where they're going. Oh, huge stack up there in the back. There it is. Chandler Broxham yet again around with his teammate of Wesley Worrell. These guys in Outlaws Racing are just not having, Outlaw Motorsports are just not having the night they wanted. He sends it in there a little too hard, and Wesley with just nowhere to go. Puts it right in the door. Okay, jump back up here to our leaders once again. Jerry Powers on point. As you see the 42 of Rod Lodwick getting his lap back. He'll be the last car on the lead lap, and Chris Knighty back here going to be your first car lap down. We should be getting ready to go green here. Nope, we're coming to the choose here. See where these guys decide to go. Everyone choosing the bottom. The 24, Nicholas Griffey, should be your first car on the top side there. 40 of Jack Garrity, and then the 10 of Jonathan Smith, Terry Hughes Jr. Kind of getting stacked up there. And just sends it in on the bottom. As we are green yet again, Gage Hunt just does not go there. As Everett Larson gets right into the back of him in the restart zone. As the 6 saves it there, getting loose out of 2. Did you see that inside line really not going anywhere? Outside line's really paying dividends. Gage Hunt looks like he came up into the 81 there. That is going to bring out another caution. A teammate on teammate crime. Cousin on cousin crime. Family crime. Any type of crime you think that was it. See if we can't back that up. And see what just happened between the 81 and the 1 of Gage Hunt. You see everybody here coming out of 4. Everything looking nice and clean. See if we can't throw it to our chopper cam here so we can get a better view of everything. Everett Larson sends it 3 wide going into 1. Gage Hunt, just thinking he's clear, comes up into the 81. Puts them both into the wall. Gage Hunt into the tire barriers there. Might have caught a little extra damage. Terry Hughes Jr. doesn't look like he has too much damage as he's trying to get back up here to the front. Get around everybody he's supposed to. So he can see if he needs to bring it down here. Everything looks alright here. You can really tell the difference between the 811 cars and everybody else out here. With the WeatherTech and Red Bull cars, and then that backup car of the 8 that was thrown together last minute for him to be able to race here tonight. As you see Everett Larson down on pit road along with Nicholas Griffey. So Jonathan Smith takes point here. As you see the line of 811 guys take the top line right behind Ty Robertson. Jonathan Smith is going to be your point man here. As we go into the restart zone, Jonathan Smith sends it. Ty Robertson with a great jump on that outside line. As we saw this outside line working early. Let's see since there's more grip up there now. As another caution flag flies. See if we can't see what in the hell just happened here again. As you see the 6 of Hunter Foley just sitting there on the front stretch or back stretch, that would probably be your caution. Hunter Foley and Nap Daddy Racing just not having a great night here tonight in that 6 car. But their teammate of Jonathan Smith is just out here up front, top 5. There it is, just a self-spin with the 6. Coming right out of 2. Looks like him not being able to get it refired leads to the caution as he's parked on the inside wall as he gets it refired there. Man, what a night for Hunter Foley. Just unfortunate turn of events. Can't keep it together here. I don't know if that extra damage he has from a few wrecks earlier in the race has just ruined that 6 car for the rest of the night. So we jump back up here. Looks like Ty Robertson's going to be your point man as we get ready to go green once again. As your 72 of Chandler Broxham is going to get his lap back here. Ty Robertson with already 3 wins on the season, trying to make it 4. As he elects the high side again, Jonathan Smith chooses the inside. He wants to be on that front row. Thomas McLaughlin chooses the outside as well. Jack Garrity choosing the inside. Terry Hughes Jr. on the outside. Casey Ellis on the inside in P6. Bradley Zodler out here in P7. Choosing the outside line with his teammates as we get ready to go green. Here it is. Ty Robertson leading his first laps here tonight on the outside of Jonathan Smith. As the caution flag waves once again here. As we try to back it up and see what happened. Oh wow, a parking lot on the front stretch here. See if we can't ride out the nose of this triple deuce. Let's ride from the cockpit of the triple deuce and see if we can't see what happens here. Oh, the 8 of Bradley Zodler just gets loose out of 4, and then nobody has anywhere to go. As Chris Knighty gets pounded. See if we can't put that in reverse yet again. Watch Bradley Zodler here, as he was the one that initially got that wreck started coming out of 4. His teammate of Trent Hughes. Trent Hughes actually gets into the back of his teammate there and just sends him around. See if we can't just watch that from our blimp. As you can see exactly what happened between the 2 teammates. As Trent Hughes just comes right up the track, spins Grady right out. Gets a kiss from Jerry Powers and just stacks up the rest of the field right there on the top side. I think Chris Knighty might have got the worst of it from everybody there. As that is not what you want to see from any sort of team. With your cars just getting all piled up into one there. As you see the 46 of Jerry Powers back down on pit road. Out here in P12. Trent Hughes going to get his wave around here. Jonathan Smith back on point. Well, I thought Trent Hughes was going to get his lap back there. Because he should get the wave around. Might be this time. Yes, Trent Hughes gets his wave around right here. You see Bradley Zodler coming out of pit road. He thought he came out ahead of the pace car, but he didn't, so he's going to have to drop back. You have Jonathan Smith on point. Thomas McLaughlin on the outside. Ty Robertson started the second row on the inside. Terry Hughes Jr. on the outside. Here we go. Jonathan Smith bringing us back across. Jonathan Smith jumps out to a nice lead there. See Terry Hughes Jr., Jack Garrett battling again. You see a car right to the outside wall. Is how close these guys get. Trying to keep as much much momentum as they can as the caution flag is out once again. As you see the triple deuce of Chris Knighty back around. See if we can't see what happened with Chris Knighty. Just out here running by himself. Just gets loose, can't save it. No help needed. Just parks it on the outside of pit road entrance right there. What an unfortunate turn of events there for Chris Knighty. Trying to get it back out and almost takes out your leaders. Chris Knighty is frustrated with how this race has turned out for him. As we jump back up here to your leaders once again. Jonathan Smith on point. Bradley Zodler getting his lap back here. Looks like Jonathan Smith might be attempting to save some fuel here as battle some technical difficulties there. Go ahead and put our ticker back up here as Jonathan Smith chooses the inside line. Thomas McLaughlin chooses the outside. Ty Robertson is going to choose the outside line behind the 69. Terry Hughes Jr. is going to take the inside on that second row. Sorry there. See Jack Garrity and Everett Larson back here behind them, running up the third row. Jonathan Smith gets us back green. Terry Hughes Jr. had thoughts of 3 wide early there. That inside line not really paying dividends on the older tires. As you can see, all your leaders. As the caution flag waves once again. What happened this time? Let's see if we can back it up and see what happened here. Not too sure. If we can't get it back up here. Saw a pace car come out there. There it is. Looks like it's going to be the 24 of Nicholas Griffey. See if we can't get on him. And watch. What happened to him here? Drives it in there, gets a little hard on the brakes and spins him right around, and a little help on the 72. And then a big shot from Hunter Foley there. Sends him up and over. But that car is still running. Might have some engine trouble. They're going up and over. What a shot he just took, ladies and gentlemen. As Hunter Foley and Nicholas are going to bring it down onto pit road here after that big hit. Jump back up here to your leaders. Hunter Foley just absolutely just brings it out of pit road, almost into his teammate there, Jonathan Smith. As you see your 2 points leaders right here in second and third, Thomas McLaughlin and Terry Hughes Jr. tied in points right now. Gonna have to sit here and wait and see how the points play out for these guys. two teammates choose the outside line yet again. As Jonathan Smith brings them back into the restart zone. Green flag in the air. See if we can't let that outside line start doing what it's been doing all night. As we reach 29 laps to go here. That inside line really starting to work with this outside line. As yet the caution flag waves once again. You see the 13 of Wesley Worrell around. Him and his teammates are just up in each other all night long. See if we can't see the 72 of Chandler Broxham here. It looks like he's the one that started it. Sends it in there and gets a little loose. Tries to save it. Wesley with nowhere to go. And then the 56 of Timothy McMunn just drives it through there. As they're all trying to get off of each other. Wesley with nowhere to go. And Nicholas Griffey almost gets caught up in that as well. As we only have 28 laps to go, we have spent most of these under caution. As you see the teammates of Thomas McLaughlin and Terry Hughes Jr. going to bring it onto pit road here. Thomas McLaughlin misses his pit box. Terry Hughes Jr. and his grabbing either four fresh Goodyear tires, or he's going to grab two. He grabbed two right side tires and is out of his pit box. Casey Ellis coming out. Thomas McLaughlin really slow in his pit stop. Might have took four there instead of two, like his other two teammates of Trent Hughes and Terry Hughes Jr. As you see your three leaders that have been cycling out all night long: Jonathan Smith, Ty Robertson, and Everett Larson. Give him the bumper, Larson, at that. As we've seen him do that already this afternoon. As the 72 of Chandler Broxham just not bringing it down. He's going to stay out. And you see the other 811 Racing Ford Mustang of Braley Zodler back up here in the front. They are going green yet again. Jonathan Smith sends it on down in there. With 24 laps to go. The two teammates behind him of Everett Larson and Ty Robertson. As you saw, Everett Larson a little loose there, but able to save it, unlike most of the guys this afternoon. Once again, another caution. Holy cow. What does this make? Like 20 cautions? But it is short track racing. With a bunch of guys out here that are new to iRacing, new to racing, new to ovals. It's kind of expected. See if we can't see anybody. There it is. Terry Hughes Jr. Wow. That's a new name to see under a caution flag. As you see him get a little loose there and just has a whole lot of help from the 72. Sends it right around. So he tries to keep it out of the wall there. Keep no damage on it. Terry Hughes Jr., after taking two tires, just Thought he had something going, could get back to the front, have newer tires than everybody, and here he is at the back of the pack. Maybe 2 tires wasn't the way to go. So we're reaching 20 laps to go here. Terry Hughes Jr. going to bring it back down along with Jerry Powers. See if they can get out before your leaders come back around. Terry Hughes Jr. just probably barely going to make it. There it is. Just barely makes it. Jerry Powers goes another lap down. Looks like he took 4 tires there. No, he did get out in time. Jerry Powers will stay on the same lap as your leaders, being the last car on the lead lap as we come to our choose. Big move by Everett Larson to take the bottom there. Jonathan Smith still on point as we come into your restart zone. Jonathan Smith off yet again. Brady Zodler spins him. And your caution flag is out. Big damage to the 8. Wow. Didn't really even get going there. Brady Zodler misses a shift and collects the field. See if we can't ride on board with Brady here and see it. Because I believe that looked like a missed shift there on that number 8 car. Yes! From second to first. Just skipped third completely. Brady just not happy right now with how that just turned out with a damaged number 8 car on his debut here in the Sunoco Racing League. Bringing it down pit road. So we did not get a caution from that. We are still green. As all your damaged cars are bringing it down under green flag condition. I was for sure that was going to be a caution flag as we saw that happen in front of our face. As now the caution flag waves. As I have no idea what this one would be for. Because nothing should have been a bigger caution than what we just saw from Brady in that number 8 car. So we really don't see anything happen. There it is, the 69. Thomas McLaughlin. Spins her right around. Right out of 4. Saves it, doesn't hit anything. The caution is out. Like I said before, this is a rhythm track. If you can't get in the rhythm, you're not gonna really have anything. as we're just hearing over the radio, Brady's last name is Zeller. He was been talking to his spotters all night, or all afternoon. It's Brady Zeller, ladies and gentlemen. They said the O is silent. Well, maybe they should take that silent ass O the hell out of there. What do you guys think? As we get ready to go back green here, Jonathan Smith, Ty Robertson, Everett Larson, Terry Hughes Jr. makes his way back to the front. Jack Garrity and Thomas McLaughlin, even after that spin. Whoa, big check up there. Terry Hughes gets into the back of that 9 car with 10 laps to go. Here we go. Big shot from the 0-1 to the 10. See if we can't go ahead and get down here and get you a little quick, fast, and loud. Goes the 10 right around. Jonathan Smith been so clean all afternoon. Spins it right there out of 2 after being held down to the bottom by the 9. See if we can't rewatch that. See him a little loose there out of 4. Just over sends it right around. Just tries to back it off the track there. Make sure nobody else got caught up. And he brings it on down. Thomas McLaughlin down here as well. As Ty Robertson back on point here tonight. 24 Nicholas Griffith getting his lap back. So here it is with 4 laps to go. It's going to be a shootout. Ty Robertson, Everett Larson, Terry Hughes Jr., Jack Garrity, Chandler Broxham, Casey Ellis, Gerald Powers, Rob Lodwick, Chris Knighty, Thomas McLaughlin, Will in the back after taking that pit stop, and Jonathan Smith getting his lap back here as well. So here we are, Terry Hughes Jr. on the outside. We know that outside line has been working for most people all night long, but you have 2 of the fastest Chevrolets in the field on the inside. As Ty Robertson gets a great restart, Terry Hughes Jr. is going to be on the outside. Sends it a little wide. Everett Larson looked 3 wide there early. Terry Hughes Jr. just trying to keep it on that outside line. Ty Robertson sliding up, blocking him. White flag in the air. Anything goes. Terry Hughes Jr. backs off a little bit there. Sends it down into 3. Gets squeezed by Everett Larson. Terry Hughes Jr. spins out. Ty Robertson, your winner here tonight at Lanier Motorsport. Oh, wow, what a big shot here on the backstretch. Jack Garrity up and over. Brady Zedler. Wow. Up and over. What a finish. That's not how you wanted to see it, but that's how it played out. Terry Hughes Jr. with a spin there at the end. Just trying to make something work. Let's see if we can't go back and watch that. Ty Robertson with his 4th win of the season and then a totaled car afterwards. And you see Terry Hughes Jr. just try to get something going with Everett Larson there and just spins her around, trying to get it back to the line. And just gets it across before the 35 here. I believe we'll have to go to the tape. But your winner, Ty Robertson, caught up in a wreck there at the end, unable as all his teammates and stuff are going crazy there on the backstretch. And his friends, Ty Robertson, with an unfortunate go at it here, stuck in the wall. Your winner, Ty Robertson, with the 4th of the season. Wow, let's see if we can't get us down to the results. Ty Robertson with the 4th win on the season. Everett Larson with his first race here with a teammate of Ty Robertson gets P2. Jack Garrity gets P3. Jerry Powers ends up in 4th after a rough night. Chandler Broxham once again had a rough night, but ends up with your final P5 spot. Casey Ellis and Terry Hughes Jr. We're going to have to go back and look at that and see which one did what and who got what. I believe Terry Hughes Jr. did get across that line first, but we'll go and check it. Thomas McLaughlin rounds out P9. Oh, Jonathan Smith in 8th after spinning there on the closing laps. Thomas McLaughlin, P9. Rob Lodwick rounding out your P10 spot. Chris Knighty with an unfortunate night here. Still gets P11 first car lap down. Nicholas Griffey getting P12. Trent Hughes P13 with a rough night. Bradley Zeller rounding out P14. Tony Swan. Believe it's Swain. Everybody's got me confused here with these last names. Rounding out P15. Timothy McMahon on his first race here. P16. Hunter Foley with a rough night. Ending up 4 laps down into P17. And Wesley Worrell, the worst race he could have hoped for here tonight with a P18. And then Gage Hunt rounding out your P19 after hitting that wall, hitting the tire barrier on the exit there in 3. Out and into the infield care center with a concussion. We don't know if we'll see him back. That'll be his 2nd concussion of the season. See if we can't get anything going here. See if we can get our points up. If y'all just give me one moment. See if we can't get our points up here.
fight for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn one.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at him.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom. Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh,
and
my
to the
goodness.
line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
As we are back here are your standings, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Hughes Jr. just barely narrowing out with keeping that points lead over Thomas McLaughlin. He stretches it out to a 3-point lead. Jack Garrity closing that gap from last week. He is now 26 points behind your leader. Chris Knighty moving up a spot ahead of Trent Hughes. Trent Hughes dropping to P5 here, but plenty of room between him and the cut line. Tony Swain keeping his P6 in the standings. Rob Lodwick keeping 8th. Mickey Sanadero not here tonight. But Rob Lodwick moves up to P8. Hunter Foley moves up to P7. And then your cut line. Nicholas Griffey moves into our chase race with only 3 races left in the regular season. Anthony Johnson not here tonight as well. He's going to stay in 11th. Everett Larson moves up 2 spots with plenty of room to be able to get in the chase. He is right there. If he can just keep doing what he did here tonight, he can be in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was, wouldn't say a fantastic race, but it was a race none of the less. Definitely a lot of wrecks that happened, a lot of cutting up, acting the fool, whatever you wanted to call it. But congratulations to Ty Robertson on his 4th win of the season. That man is just gone crazy here in the Sunoco Racing League here early. Thank you for all the drivers, the teams, our officials, fans for joining us here tonight. And for everyone here at the Sunoco Racing League, I'm signing off. We'll see you next time for some more ARCA Series action. Y'all have a great afternoon, and hopefully that Cup race, Shane Van Gisbergen, pulls another one out.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go, boys! Three wide going sideways, pushing to the red. Spun out 50 times, ain't